Okay, Mr. Hops here, and we're still working on three-dimensional videos and geometry and algebra with them all together. So I have A, B, C, and D are position vectors, A, B, C, and D. Point E is the midpoint of line segment BC. Find the position vector of E. Well, if it's E is the midpoint of BC, so here's B, and here is C, and so we want the midpoint E. So I need the coordinate for B and the coordinate for C. Well, if this is the position vector of B, the coordinate of B is 5, 0, 3. This position vector is the coordinate. And so if I want BC, or I want BC, I want the midpoint of BC, I'm just going to find the midpoint. C is going to be 7, 8, minus 3. And so if I want to find the midpoint, then I'm going to find the midpoint of BC. Well, I take my x values, I add them and divide by 2, so that's 12 divided by 2 is 6. 0 plus 8 divided by 2 is going to be 4. 3 plus negative 3, 0 divided by 2 is 0. So that's the midpoint of BC. The midpoint of BC is a point, so I should write it like a point. However, the position vector OE is equal to the vector C6, 2, 0. Or I could also write it 6i, I haven't done this for a while, plus 2j plus 0k. That would also be a correct answer. All right, so now we want to know, so here is OE. We have E, we have all our vectors. We want to now find out, we have to show that ABED is a parallelogram. Well, when we're making a parallelogram, we have to do it in order. So I'm going to draw a diagram. I know here's a parallelogram as such, and here's A, B, E, D. It has to be in the order that it's written, A to B, D, and so on. So if I'm going to show that it is a parallelogram, if I could show one set of sides is parallel and equal, then it is a parallelogram. Well, if I consider these vectors here, if this is a vector and this is an equal vector, that does do direction and magnitude at the same time. So I'm actually just going to calculate vector AB, and I'm going to calculate vector DE, and if they are the same, then it is a parallelogram. So AB is going to take my head is A and my head is B and my tail is A, so it's 5 subtract 3 is 2. 0 subtract negative 1 is 1, and 3 subtract 1 is 2. If I do D and E, well, here's D and here's E, so I go 6 subtract 4 is 2. I go 2 subtract 3 is 1, and I go 0 subtract negative 2 is a positive 2. Therefore, since AB is equal to DE, ABED equals a parallelogram.